Welcome back, everybody, to the Brain Homestead. I'm actually still out in the tiny house. Just got done doing the putting up the full-length mirror and the TV. And so what I'm going to do right now is, which by the way, if anybody watched the last one, said it was going to take 26 hours to do an update. Yeah, not much better. So anyway, what I'm going to do right now is we're going to go out and look at some of the trees, and I have something that just got delivered today. Now, the odd part about our area here is that everything FedEx that gets delivered has to go through a distribution center in Austell, Georgia. Austell is very, very bad. Things go in there and then they never make it out again for like 3 months, and then all of a sudden they'll show up at your door. That's what had happened to me with 2 of my clementine trees. Supposed to be delivered, never got delivered. They can't find them. So citrus.com is who it was. They sent 2 more. They got here, I got them all planted, and about a month, it was like a month and a half later, all of a sudden those 2 trees show up, and I'm like, well, they're obviously going to be dead. They've been sitting in a box in a warehouse somewhere for a month and a half. Pulled them out, nice and green, and they're doing just great. So with that being said, let's go take a look. We'll start with the clementine trees. We're going to go over to the blueberries. We're going to go over to the blackberries, and which those are all planted permanently in a location. And then I just got something delivered today. That's a surprise. I'll show you here at the end of the video. All right, so let's go. Let's go outside and see if the dog is running around here. Where'd she go? Oh, dog must have just left. All right, we're walking down here, and this is alongside the tiny house. And if you look here, these are our clementine trees here. Now, these typically do not grow in Georgia. We're just about 100 miles too far north for them to actually grow here, but I have an idea. And my idea was, and these are nice clementine trees, and if you look, let me see if I can find some new growth on one of these. Oh yeah, perfect. Comes these guys right in here, and they're all coming out. They're all popping out, even right up in there, real nice. And then on the backside, even out of the stem. Now, clementines don't have seeds, and since they don't have seeds, the only way to make these is to propagate them using grafting. So this rootstock down here, this is actually, I think it's from some type of sweet orange tree, and they have to graft an existing clementine tree right here, and there's a little node right here. Now, I have had things start growing here out of the stem. The problem is that's a different type. That's a different type of tree. It's not clementine. So anything that's here and above, which you can see this little guy right here, anything that's at this node and above, that's actually clementine, so I leave it. And you have these, and these get real bushy. As you can tell, these are doing really nice. And if you look right up here, these are citrus trees. Well, citrus trees like rain several times a day because they just like the tropical weather. Having a hard time with words. And by the way, it just got done raining. So I'm outside. It's still kind of raining on me a little bit. So it doesn't like to be saturated. It just likes several different, a couple different rainings a day. It doesn't take a whole lot. And so I got those guys right up top. And it's a very simple, and this is obviously, I'm going to change it to be a lot more permanent. But as of right now, these are misters. So what I have to do, or what I do, is I have this guy right over here. This is a hydrant, and this is an automatic watering system. And there's a line going over to it right now. So all I have to do is go to manual, zone 4, and we're just going to run it for a minute. Enter. I need to turn the water on. Okay, there we go. And it is raining. This is only, it doesn't actually need it, but here's what it does then. And so all the misters kick on here over each one of the plants, and it runs, and I have it set up right now to run 1 minute 4 times a day to give it just a little mist on the leaves. They really like that. And so it's going to run just 1 minute here, and it's going to be done. And I'm going to come over here. Now these systems are obviously, they're waterproof. They're designed for that. However, I don't trust it. So I put just a little cover over it, if I can. There we go. Put a little cover over it just to keep, full rain off of it. And these guys will be done. It leaves a nice mist on the trees pretty nicely. But yeah, so these clementine trees, now part of what I'm going to do here is this is going to get cleared out on this concrete pad here. I'm not sure what this concrete pad was from, but what I'm going to do is going to end up clearing that off, and I'm going to put a 6 foot by 10 foot greenhouse around this and around that water system. So it's going to kind of overlap right in here, and it's going to be over on here, and then I'm going to build it up over in here to hold the edge up. And then these clementine trees are going to go in there during the winter. I'm going to have a heater and the same thing, the misting system inside there that's set up on a schedule, and that's coming this fall. And also at that point, I'd like to do some banana trees, because banana trees really do not grow here. You can get some banana trees to grow here, but they're not the fruiting type. You might be able to get some off of it, but usually not. So, which by the way, one that I was looking at, the regular bananas, right? You buy them from the store, and they're the big yellow, I forget what they're called now. But anyway, then there's something called an ice cream banana. Tastes like vanilla ice cream. And so I'm going to give those a shot, but the problem is those those don't come due until October, November, something like that, and they grow 15 feet tall. Can't really grow that inside of a greenhouse. So we're going to start here with these guys. These guys are the blackberries. I damaged this one's roots, and I was really worried about. However, if you look right down here, got this runner coming off to the side. I think this one's going to survive. I'm hoping so, but that was my fault. I did something wrong. And you look at these guys. Now, these guys I was worried about killing. Basically, the way this works is a blackberry bush, or vine, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, it only lasts for 2 years. The first year, it grows big. The second year, it puts on fruit, and then it dies forever. So a blackberry plant is never older than 2 years old. And so you can see what happened this year. I transplanted at the wrong time. It hurt a lot of these blackberries here. And then you can see what kind of damage the Japanese beetles did here. But now this one's dead. This one will never do anything else, so I need to trim it off. And what it's doing this year, if you come down here and look, this is a new one right here. And I accidentally broke it off. But if you see what happens when I broke it off, this guy came, so he's going to start going there. And what that looks like is this one right here. I ended up breaking off right here at the end. And it says, I don't care. And it started going down this way. So this thing is already getting pretty massive coming all the way out here. And this will be full of fruit next year. And then this one kind of did the same thing. This one's starting to come down here. And what I just noticed, this guy's coming off of it. So that's another cane coming off of it. And this one's not quite ready. This is not a raspberry. It is a blackberry. It's just not quite ready yet. And then if you look at something weird happened to this, I had a fruit net over it. And I ended up running over the fruit net with the lawnmower and stripped it off and did all kinds of damage to them. And it's coming off here, and it came down, and it's growing here. It's growing here. Now, if you leave this in the soil like that, this will start growing roots right here, and I don't want that, so I'm going to keep him off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another from the top of this guy over here to the top of this guy. I'm going to put another string, and I'm going to start standing him upright more up there. And we have two different types of blueberries here. These are your traditional style. These are called Climax. This row of three are Climax blueberries, and these have more of a bushy feel to them. And the same thing, they would be bigger, but I damaged them because that fruit netting was over them, and then I ran over it with the lawnmower and it pulled it off, stripped all the leaves off of it, so they're recovering very nicely. It's my own fault. And then right behind it, these are what's called Tiff blueberries. These put out bigger blueberries, and they're very, very nice. These right here, now these grow a little bit more like a tree, which I hadn't seen before. They got one central stem, and they kind of grow and put bushiness at the top there, which is different than what I've seen blueberry bushes before. So they are still blueberries, a different type, because you need cross-pollination. All the blackberries here, the blackberries are all self-fertile. So those I can run just one by itself and it'll be just fine. So that's it for what I have right now. Now there's several other things that I'm going to get. One is I'm really thinking about a pawpaw tree. P-A-W. Pawpaw, you've never heard of it probably. I've never heard of it. It tastes like a cross between a banana and a mango. Well, these are still running. These misters are still running. I only started for a minute. That could be an issue. I'm just going to kill the water. It just got done raining. I don't need it anyway. So, a pawpaw tree, it's really weird. Look it up. It's a cross between a mango, or it tastes like a cross between a mango and a banana. and they're native, one of the few native fruits to North America that actually started here, but you've never heard of them. And the reason why is because they don't last very long, and there's no way that we can harvest them and get them shipped to where they need to go before they go bad. So they're really good to have on your own property. They taste really good, full of all kinds of good stuff, but it's almost impossible to send somewhere. So they don't. And they haven't commercialized it, which is why you probably never heard of it. You've never seen it in a grocery store. You can find them at farmers markets apparently, but that's fine. So anyway, what I got delivered here today, fastgrowingtrees.com. Let's take a look at what we got here. And I've already had this open, but it's gonna be a big reveal. This right here are 2 kiwi vines. Right there, number 1, number 2. Now each kiwi vine, or I'm sorry, each pot actually has 2 kiwi vines, a male and a female, because they are not self-fertile like a lot of these others. And you have, like most trees that are self-fertile, they have the male and the female all built into one. However, these are not that way. These, you have a male vine and then you have a female vine, and one male can, I think it can pollinate up to like 4 female vines or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, so that's what these are. Now I am at the very north end of being able to grow kiwis. So if you're watching this and you live anywhere north of Tennessee, sorry, you're not going to be able to have kiwis. And what my plan is, because they grow on a vine and it needs a trellis, and they need to grow up a certain amount before they will even put on fruit. So what my plan is, let me come back here, I know we're doing a lot of walking. So what my plan is to put some aluminum stock, round stock or square stock, I haven't really decided what, and run it up the fence, like big long poles up the fence, support it to the fence, you know, so it's all the way, so it's running up here 10, 12, 15 feet, I haven't decided what, and then plant the kiwis down below, let it go, let the vines go up, and once it gets to the top, then I can have it spread out left, you know, to the left and to the right, and I'll have another structure up there, and then it will be packed full of kiwis next year. Well, no, not next year. It takes a few years or whatever, and I guess these are 2-year-old kiwis, so they could potentially put on fruit next year, but probably not for another year, a couple of years. But it's good to get them planted now. And again, there's that pear tree that's really nice. We have a really fat squirrel because of that. He loves that thing. All right, one more thing. That's the box from, and by the way, in case anybody's wondering, I've had really good luck with this company. They're out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Fastgrowingtrees.com. I forget what else I got there. I know citrus.com I got my clementines from. I've gotten stuff from Gurney's. I think everybody, that's where I get all my seeds and stuff like that from. And then, oh, what's the other one? Brighterblooms.com. I forget what I got there, but I get from all those places. And to be honest with you, they're all really good. I haven't had a problem with any of them. What I did do already, you saw that the kiwi plants were already out of that box there. And there's a little bit of a time lapse here. And so what I did is I went ahead and filled them up with soil because a lot of the soil had dumped out. And put them up against the, because I'm leaving tomorrow for work. And so what I did was I put one right there, filled it up with soil, that one right there, filled it up with soil, and watered the heck out of them. And if you come down here and you look, they say that they put 1 male and 1 female in each pot. And I thought I was supposed to separate them, but by the looks of them, I don't think I can. I think they're there to stay. So I'll just plant them together like that. And the same way with this one. Now, if you look, and I didn't realize this about kiwi plants, look at these vines. They're really, it's not coming through really well, but there are these nice, pretty, kind of pink vines. And I don't know, I think they're really pretty. They look really nice. Now, the way these are gonna work is I'm gonna plant them basically right here, and that one right there. And they're gonna just start running up, and I'm gonna get an aluminum structure, hopefully this weekend, so they can keep going up. They have to go up, I think, around 10 feet. Apparently, from what I've been told, and I'm gonna do a little more research on this, if they don't go up high enough for whatever reason, they just won't put on fruit. They'll look really good, they'll have nice big leaves, they won't put on fruit. But anyway, so that's where I'm gonna leave them for the week. I'll be back this weekend to actually plant them. I just ran out of time. And Yeah, so I'll get them planted, let them start going, because apparently they have little like attachments, so whenever they touch something, they basically latch onto it really quickly. So we'll see. All right, everybody, well, that's the update for today. That's the new kiwis. I gotta worry about that. I think they'll be all right because I'm gonna be gone all week now, and it's getting to be later in the day on Sunday, and so I think I might have to wait and just keep them a little bit wet and get them planted this weekend when I get back. Hopefully get this weekend when I get back. So hope everybody's having a good Sunday, and thanks for watching.